Oh, TRK, I'm trying to avoid your messages. Can you give me at least 10 hours? Okay, here we go. Well. It's all set up. Most loyal subscriber, TRK? Oh boy. Most loyal. I don't know. You're a little deceptive. The growing Highlander community doesn't feel the most comfortable with someone trying to scout out, spy the deck lists. Okay, now we're just gatekeeping, TRK. Come on. Some cold brew. Everyone talks about G Fuel, and I was like, it's pretty good, but, you know, cold brew, espresso, it's pretty good. The birthday stream? For who, TRK? I kind of forgot. Oh, yeah. It is her birthday, true. Yeah, you guys are really close in birthdays. You're both, like, Dutch, too? There's some, like, summer equinox ritual destiny that has a bunch of Dutch birthdays in June. you know what, TRK? We don't want to call it greed yet. He might have been playing 5 steps ahead. Yes, I have seen the Nintendo Direct. Nice try, TRK. We're not a Reacts channel. I'm not gonna load up the tab and you grab another thing of popcorn and here we go. Thought it was cool. I mean, Donkey Kong has a power up where he turns into a rhino. Lanky turns into a swordfish. We've seen this in the Mario universe before. I don't know why people are making, I don't know why on the internet people, oh my gosh! I'm like, yeah, it's another cool power up. TRK, is your internet laggy? Well, this queue's taking a bit, so I'll do Gen 5. They, the Gen 5 animated sprites are pretty cool. It's just another day at in the showdown lobby. Well, Jonathan, as you're listening, we're playing some RPG music while playing an RPG. And if you watch Nintendo Direct, spoilers, there was a pretty big RPG. So we're dialing in on that type of gameplay. Thanks, TRK. Helping out J-Spot there. Yeah, Super Mario RPG set the bar for all the future Mario RPGs. So if you love the Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi series, you should play Mario RPG. If you love RPGs, you should play Mario RPG. If you love Mario, you should play Mario RPG. If you want to be a good human to society, play Mario RPG. Yeah, you're a good dad, J-Spot. You're a good dad. Yeah, talk about a direct today. That Super Mario Brothers game too. It's gonna be pretty good. Well, and the composer for Mario RPG is the woman that composed all the Street Fighter 2 themes. She's one of the best of the best, you know. Yeah, it looks really good. I like how stylized and stuff it is. So. Yeah, it's actually crazy to me that I actually missed out on Mario RPG for the most part. I was 3 years old. This is like 1998, and we were looking at Super Nintendo games just to rent and try. And of course, my parents and me saw Mario on the box, on the box art, so we got it. And obviously, I couldn't even read yet. I was in preschool. So my parents were like, okay, yeah, this was a little hard, and so. But then years later, I came back to a middle school and I liked it. I haven't actually ever beat it yet, so this will be a good time for me to finally own it and then play through it all. The best Final Fantasy? Well, my favorite's 3, but Mario RPG is really good. If we're just talking about actual like Final Fantasy games, then yeah, Final Fantasy 3. I love the old NES ones. The DS remake, it is really good. TRK, if you're trying to be my PR manager, you're gonna have to start Googling some of these questions. I know you know the answer to that one. No, you don't have to do that, TRK. We're not doing reaction bait. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to like, comment, and subscribe, you do it yourself if you actually liked the video. I'm never gonna ask you to do that. Alright, TRK? Now that you got the system down, I hope. See ya. Thanks for tuning in. TRK already said it's cold brew. Aren't you my PR manager? Oh, dumb question. My bad. Oh, really? I didn't get the email. I do like their bubbly drinks. You know, if you can get that sponsorship going, let me know. That's a product I do like, so. Okay, TRK, now you're just being blunt about scouting out for other lists. TRK, you got like a month. You're playing almost daily. You'll be fine. And by fine, I mean at least you know the rules. There we go. Back to our usual programming. I'm just gonna smile at the camera and say everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, TRK, let's calm down on the chat activity, okay? Oh my gosh! All right, I'm gonna put this one on loop for a bit. You wanna hit the heartstrings. Oh, I'm gonna turn this up a bit. Oh, you ready for this part? This guy knows what he's doing. Oh, do it again. You gotta love Kirby music. Oh, TRK, are you signing up? Aquastar? It's like one of the greatest songs out there. Oh, he's gonna go again. You ready? I'm going ham. It's like, whoa, dude. You know, the composer for this song went crazy. The guitar cover. It's like he was right. You know, what's that meme template where the dude's writing flames on the paper? Yeah. The Kirby composers know what they're doing, to say the least. It's like, oh my gosh, just when you thought it was over, he's got all these new licks and bars, and you're like, oh. When do you not turn the loop off, you know? Okay, here we go. You know, TRK, you know, you and Sax, you just say cook so much that what if the word just gets filtered out? It's just null in our brains. You know what, though? Not right now. You guys are actually cooking. Like, I see the lists you guys share. I'm like, whoa. Like, what Sax sent me the other day, the fact that they had... Almost told you. Almost told you. Nice try, TRK. You're trying to manipulate me. Trying to get information out. Why don't you win the tournament fair and square? See, now we're gonna change subject. Back to the song. It's like, oh my gosh, dude. You know, how much did this guy get paid? Hopefully a lot, you know. The cover artist and the composer. Well, CRK, you're fixing that, yeah? Oh, I believe you. TRK, you were playing for quite a while last night. Were you giving them the inside scoop on how to beat Sax? AKA flip one heads? You already got the edge. You're gonna be like, heads or tails? You'll be like, tails never fails, tails never fails, heads. Okay, now you get to decide, first or second. You know, Sax will be like, what? Like, whoa, Sax, calm down. We're just here to play cards. Wow. Dang, TRK, calm down. That's a little mean. You know what, TRK? That actually might be a legit strategy against Sax. TRK, the match is not over. We already talked about this. Spire, the bounty hunter. Yes, Common wins across the board. Alright. We go over this almost every time. Oh my gosh. Cameron, I'm on this guy's playlist, right? I still don't even completely understand what Touhou music is, but this guy is a great musician. I found this playlist today, and I was like, yeah, I've heard some of his songs before. A perfect song for you, Cameron, right? You tune in, you're like, oh, what, Spire fan, oh, wow. It's like, okay, well, hold on. It is a good song. I really don't know much about Touhou. Collab. That'd be cool. He's pretty talented. Yeah, I hear it a lot, mainly in like meme culture. I never like went out to look up what it is, so I don't know much about, aside from like I said, like memes and stuff. Like it'll get name dropped for memes. So. Yeah, it's looking like a free standoff. The funny part is when you do stuff like this and they still rage when you freeze them. That's always funny though. Honestly, what I'm really going for is I'm trying to get the timing down to bait out him to rest so I can set up with Beedrill, but we'll see. I guess a freeze would be good too in that case. This is where he's going to try to recover. Hidden power bug. Oh, I have sludge bomb. So I gotta be careful here. I think sludge bomb knocks out Celebi. I don't think he's going to psychic. I think he's going to recover. So I could probably sneak in a sludge bomb here. Now he's probably going to click psychic. If I get Swords Dance, that'd be really good, but I'm just gonna go for the KO. Yeah. Okay, and so now he's gonna try to surf me. Now Beedrill check Celebi. I could play the long game for now. We'll see. We'll see if I can bait out him to switch back to Celebi. Alright. You know, when you sign up for Gen 2 random battles, you are signing the contract saying, I need to be as patient as possible. Now, that's just good as a competitor in general. So. Yeah, I played a bit of RPG. We talked about that earlier on the stream, but I've played it, and I've only gotten as far as, like, tracking Kroko in the cave. I played it in middle school, so that was like 2006, 2007. I played it when I was like 3 in 98, and my parents were like, okay, yeah, this game's a little too hard. Because we all saw Mario in the box, so we're like, oh yeah, I'll go back to playing Mario All-Stars. You know? Yeah, really good. I mean, it set the bar for all future Mario RPG games, which are consistently good. You know, some of the Paper Marios started really lacking, uh, but overall, Mario RPGs just keep hitting it out of the ballpark. Yeah, it was done by the composer that did the music for like Street Fighter 2 and Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Oh yeah. I mean, if you like Mario RPG's music, hold on. Literally, that's Superstar Saga. A lot of the Mario. I mean, every Mario and Luigi series game is done by the Mario RPG composer. So if we do, I mean, this is a classic. This is, in my opinion, one of the best like boss songs ever. We'll just play this for a little bit. Definitely got that same overall tone like Mario RPG. Oh, Paper Mario's good. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. This comes full circle. This is just me reflecting as a composer. So, I'm thinking about here. Let me pick a move real quick. So this, obviously, like a few years ago when I made my own album, I definitely was like, so for this, I made an album saying, what if I was hired to write music like that, like Mario RPG? And now that we're going over this, and I'm listening to that boss theme, it's so interesting how much like inspiration plays off, but like to the point that I didn't want to sound like a Walmart brand. You can hear the SNES samples. I'm using the Yoshi's Island violin here as like the counter melody. So yeah, we could talk Mario RPG music all day. Definitely inspired what I was writing, so. I even got, like, see I got the picture. Oh, Petey Piranha, he's back. I was excited to see him in Mario Kart 8, the DLC. Okay, now this counter melody. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something like a in-depth scoop. So you hear this notation right here. Last second, I keep it for the next part. I'll tell you when. I was like, I'm gonna keep it in, then combine it right here. It's like, originally I didn't keep it. Okay, and then it cycles. Yeah, okay. Enough about me. I just thought it was on topic. All right, back to our programming. Yeah, once I got those Yoshi's Island samples, I was going pretty crazy with that stuff. I have Donkey Kong Country samples too, Earthbound, Star Fox, quite a few SNES samples. It was great. Those are great rips. I know he wants the baton pass to Electabuzz. That's why I surfed immediately. I can't have a growth stat off here. It'd be really tough. Because the second he baton passes to Electabuzz and I don't do damage on the board, he can just Thunderbolt right back. Okay. Okay, so I've conditioned that I'm surfing. Let's see if I can sneak in a growth. Uh-oh. Okay, Houndoom. He might have that hidden power grass. So let's hope my HP stat survives that. He might do it for Sunny Day here. Okay, so he has Solar Beam. So I could sacrifice and then speed control with Thunderbolt. Okay. Oh, Crunch. Okay. So 194, 198, 211. So probably a 211 return. Be pretty close. We'll see. Oh, let me do the damage calc. It's like, just do it. Just play. Here we go. There's my damage calc. My instinct right there was that he has Arena Trap. And so I was like, alright, all in, baby. But wait, there's no abilities yet. Hold on. That's cool. I don't see a lot of swagger on Gen 2 randoms, so yeah, it's cool to see that move pop up like this. That's a cool set. Substitute swagger. Dugtrio is really fast, so alright, be careful. Nice, that's good damage. Oh! You got Rock Slide? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna wake up next turn, so I guess I can do this. Okay, and then he's probably going to Rock Slide and go back into... Be careful here. Do this. Hopefully I conditioned him to Earthquake, or to not Earthquake, but we'll see. Yeah, he's just gonna let it rip. Okay. So now he's at least not behind a substitute, but Sneasel or Togetic are gonna have to tank a potential Rock Slide. At least the threat of Ice Beam could make a lot of progress. You know, it would be like Galaxy Brain, as I bait out a Swagger, and then I use that ×2 attack for Sneasel. But yeah, I'm just gonna Ice Beam. Oh, nice. That's good. Okay, so Sneasel has speed control here. I have to be careful. I don't think Electabuzz has agility, but I want to preserve Sneasel for speed control if I can. Looks like he's going to try to Cross Chop or Ice Beam. So, I might have to tank an Ice Beam. Unless it's Cross Chop Surf. Well, we're about to find out. Okay, he's usually do Pump. It's big. So Sunny Day might not even be able to tank the next Hydro Pump. And he is faster, so I think he's just going to let it rip. It'd be very ideal if I can pull off Sunny Day. Though he's got Moonlight, so gotta be careful. I think I'll just go for Zap Cannon, but yeah, that's good. Alright. So... Ooh, risky, risky, risky. What if he does Psychic? I don't think he'll do it. He might try a Pursuit. What if I can rest? We'll find out. This might be 4-attack Electabuzz. Ooh, nice cross chop. If it's 4-attack Electabuzz and he doesn't have rest, then yeah, Poison's a really good chip here. So we're about to find out. Now, Gramble might have Return Earthquake, but I'm just gonna have to risk that. It could also be Curse Return. Yeah, so there's Curse Return. Okay, so we're doing a numbers game here. I could sneak in a Moonlight. But I think I could sneak in a Moonlight on... Oh, that looks like Hidden Power Fighting. Or it could be Hidden Power Dart. Raichu has good speed control over these two. I mean, I could try to Moonlight here. Okay, I'm just gonna stay in for now. I'm gonna do some Thunderbolts. See if I can get a crit. Very strong. Okay. I guess if this is 4-attacks Electabuzz, I could rest here and go for the chip, so we'll try that. Okay. So he's gonna Baton Pass? Growth Baton Pass? Alright. He had a lot of special defense, but I'm gonna fire off some Thunderbolts. Yeah, I just need to chip at him. Thankfully, he doesn't have rest, so if I get a paralysis, he can't get rid of it. TRK's still around, fresh water. Might not be anymore, It's good for you, TRK. In today's news, you guys want me to hold a poll for side bets? Good song. Oh, wait. Yes, Safeguard's really good here. Hold on. Like, for the conditioning. Because he's going to try to PP stall for now. Because with Wobbuffet, he's like, okay, if I don't throw out any move, he can't use the Mimic or Mirror Coat. See? So at least if I set up Curse here, I can't get hit by a Toxic. Or like a Paralysis Body Slam. I wonder if he's gonna try to Thunder Wave. He might just start Thunderbolt, we'll see. Okay, I think Thunderbolt's doing 25. I just gotta think about the double edge recoil. Okay. You guys ever think I should dramatically pop my neck on stream from now on? Be like, you know, get some like red contact lens. Lenses, sorry, that's the proper plural term. Hey, there we go, Kuda. Did you do this? You know, like when you're looking at the McDonald's value meal, you got $5 in your pocket. Oh, well, let me get the McDouble. Wait, that's basically $5 now. Oh, not buying anything else. Water. You know what? TRK started that. He said, I'm addicted to this game, and I was like, uh-oh. I want to put a little asterisk next to every Highlander event now. Oh, man. I just informed Niles and Max about the simulator. They actually are the ones that got me onto tabletop for Highlander, because they tried to make their own and they said it took forever. I was like, hold on, let me do it, and then you guys are good. So now that they've been informed, I think they're going to start playing online. I know Niles is really busy this year. He's going to have a baby soon. But Niles and Max are great players, so it's cool to see them. I told them about it in the past 2 days, and they're both very excited about it. So this guy's got hidden power ice. Well, it'll reward you, because 2 monthlies, and the prize support, and everyone keeps getting better. I know we joke about I'm cooking, but you guys actually are cooking. You guys are sharing a lot of lethal strategies, and now Ryan has tabletop, and Ryan has multiple decks now. Ryan made so many decks in like 1 day. He was already good without it, and I'm just like, oh, holy crap. So it's definitely not a fruitless effort. I'm glad you're having fun making decks, and the more you theory craft like that, it'll help you and stuff like that. You guys ask good questions. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of Pokemon. They're all designed to be strong, so it's good that you guys keep looking for combos and stuff. Yeah, a lot of interactions, like that one I told you about last night, Marshadow vs. Salamence. Classic. So he's just gonna PP stall? Yeah, I think you'd have to plot it. It'd be like you and TRK are like, hey, for the online monthly, you play Salamence, I play Marshadow, and then you do it for like the stream hype. You try to get people to clip it. Yeah, exactly. Classic Sax. You know what? He's getting better at the game. I've noticed he's saying that less now. You remember when he started playing Highlander over and over? What? I was like, Sax, calm down. There's other words in the English vocabulary. Like, that's a good combo, or nice. That's called progress. Oh yeah. Yeah, and those are all official cards. So you're looking at since Gen 1 history of cards there. Like, I have to multiple times remind myself that I've been collecting since Gen 1. And a lot of the newer players, they've barely played Pokemon cards, and so I have to really go into that mindset of, you guys might, some of them might know what Switch does. But then when I pull out a card like Level Ball, they're like, whoa, this would help my deck a lot. Yeah. Oh man. We're just hoping that they release Metroid Prime 2, Hunters, and 3, like re-releases, whether that's an HD port, remake. But I don't think they'll shadow drop any of those. I think they realized how huge it was to get Prime remastered, and they noticed how many, like, the sales are really good. But then again, they're successful with a shadow drop like that. I don't know. A big thing is that they know, and while the general Metroid fan base is pretty patient with Prime 4, I think they do know that people are waiting a lot for it. So perhaps they won't do another shadow drop because they're like, at least let's give some news out that, like, let's say they do Prime 2 or Hunters, they'll probably announce it before it releases just to tame the masses. Yeah. Yeah, your experience with Metroid Prime is like my experience with Half-Life 1, which I played 10 years ago. Half-Life 1 is like a lot of people consider on equals with Metroid Prime 1. They're both these like sci-fi first-person kind of horror-esque experiences, and they're some of the greatest games ever made. And I'm glad I played that blind. It's so crazy. Like, I'm glad you didn't have like most things spoiled for Prime 1. It's just crazy to interact with that world for the first time. Okay, so he's probably gonna switch to Executor. See what I can do. Oh, you do, Jacob? You do? Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I think the scan visor is a genius way for first person games to allow players to further explore the lore. I'm sure you've played like Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but the Elder Scrolls games do that too, but with like books. And you can go out of your way to read books and look into the lore if you want to. But they do enough good pacing with the lore and the main quests that if you kind of understand what's going on. So now, of course, Elder Scrolls, especially Morrowind and beyond, do voice acting. Morrowind doesn't have a ton, but Prime is a very silent game. Samus is known as a silent protagonist. Yeah, Samus is a huge threat to the space pirates. Uh, this guy right here, Weevil, the guy with the energy scythe, he's a space pirate special ops general. He actually fought Samus in Metroid 1. And Samus is the reason now he has a cyborg body. She left him basically for dead, and the space pirates were able to retrieve his body, and him and Ridley both underwent that space pirate cyborg treatment, which is why you see Meta Ridley in Prime 1. Yeah, and like the space pirates are kind of like, it's not even like utopia futuristic technology. They kind of have like this gruff, gritty advancement, almost like a low respect for life kind of technology advancement. That's why there's those scan logs about where they tried to mimic Samus's morph ball, and they were just like, oh, we had a few pirates die from this procedure. It's like, we'll keep going. Which is really interesting because this guy, Silex, the blue guy, he stole Federation tech that is trying to mimic Samus's suit. So he's wearing a prototype, like a top secret prototype suit of the Galactic Federation trying to mimic Samus's Chozo technology. And so you can see his suit is a lot like very that utopia, streamlined, cyberpunk, Tron kind of aesthetic. But then you look at Weevil, right, the green guy to his left, and he is a space pirate, and yeah, he's kind of got that more hardened, kind of gruff technology, which is really cool. I love those different aesthetics for all the different characters. Oh, but about the pirates, the space pirates trying to replicate the morph ball, they kind of get their own version of it though with Weevil. So as you know, in Metroid Prime Hunters, each of the Prime Hunters have their own version of an alt form, which, you know, Samus's morph ball is her alt form. And so Weevil has the half turret, and so because he's a cyborg, only his brain and spinal cord were left intact, and so his alt form is the half turret where he can split, like his lower half is a turret, and then he crawls with his energy scythe, and so he can crawl into those morph ball tunnels. So a really cool, it's not even like a theory, it's basically just all painted out for everyone, is people ask why are there morph ball tunnels in Frigate Orpheon and Metroid Prime? They're like, why would they cater to Samus? It's like, oh, well, this dude's already crawling around the spaces, so they, in their own way, they kind of succeeded. But yeah, it's interesting when you read those scan logs about them trying to replicate Samus's morph ball, just like the Federation with Silex. Which, you know, if you're gearing to get ready for Metroid Prime 4, Silex is going to be like the main antagonist. And Samus didn't know that the Federation tried to copy her suit. They tried to replicate it. And it seems like Samus just kind of brushed it off. But it's still kind of shady that the Federation kind of tried to go under her nose doing that. So a lot of us think that in Prime 4, Silex is going to try to red pill Samus and like the players. He's going to try to like be like, hey, guess what's actually going on with the Federation? Because if you play other games like Metroid Fusion and Dread, there's some shady stuff they do. So, it'll be very interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, another thing I love about Prime is that kind of delves into like the Lovecraftian horror stuff with Phazon. And so the Chozo recognize like, oh, this stuff's like super dangerous. And like you said, the space pirates want to use it for power, so. I think we'll be waiting for a little bit for Prime 4, so you definitely have some time. But I know we're going to see all these guys in this decade, so it'll be great. Yeah, Weevil, Weavel. He's really cool. In fact, this isn't even a spoiler. Super Metroid takes place after all the Prime games. So, like, even Prime 4, it's looking like Prime 4 is going to take place before Metroid 2 and Super Metroid. And so, no matter what happens in Prime 4, once Super Metroid goes down, Ridley dies on the Super Nintendo game. And so, Metroid Dread takes place after Super Metroid. And so the Space Pirates are basically in, like, low numbers, like remnants. But Weevil, Weevil's still around. And so I and other people were like, yo, are we going to see Weevil try to, like, band together the Space Pirate remnants? Because after Ridley's gone and, like, Mother Brain, as far as we know, he is the highest ranking Space Pirate. So, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool to explore that kind of character dynamic for him and his faction. And him with Samus, versus Samus. Maybe as the Space Pirates go on Survivor mode, rather than just being, like, pretty evil, maybe Weevil recognizes that, like, oh, okay, there's more to life than just, like, what you said, Jacob, where it's like, oh, power to dominate. It's like, we just want to live. So, it could be some saving grace between Samus and Weevil. Yeah, we'll see. Well, so the Space Pirates, Ridley specifically, killed Samus's parents when she was young, and so she was orphaned. And so that's where the Chozo adopt her, and then they do, like, the genetic engineering and splicing on her to make her their own, like, super soldier. Now, in their terminology, they're not going to say soldier, just like a warrior, protector of peace kind of thing. So yeah, she definitely already has that agenda, but she's not, like, a spiteful person, so it's not like she's doing it out of just sheer revenge. But she then, of course, joins the Galactic Federation. So she's a bounty hunter, and so the Federation hires her for a lot of tasks. And so often those tasks involve getting rid of the Space Pirates. So that's why she clashes with them a lot. Yeah, that's kind of like the interesting thing is that. Wait, hold on, wait, hold on. Oh, he's feet tied. Hold on, he couldn't get the surf. Alright. Oh, yeah, it's so funny when people do that. Hold on. I was like right on speed ties. Hold on, guy. Alright, anyway. Samus is a bounty hunter. No, I'm not gonna do that. You know, just good game. You know, move on. You know, Samus is a bounty hunter, but obviously she takes like the good guy jobs because she's not gonna help out like a black market, fetch some like bad tools for some genetic experimentation. Which, by the way, this guy in the middle, Candid, he's like a genetic super soldier, similar to Samus, but he was made on. He was like an experiment made by like black market scientists. Like these guys were like wanted by the Federation levels, and he's really cool. He's like a chaotic evil kind of character, and so he definitely, I think he'd be a target right now for Samus, not just because he's chaotic and on the run, but like the Federation is probably like, we want to know what those guys were doing. He actually blew up the lab that he was experimented on, so all the scientists are dead. It'd be interesting if Samus went back to explore like his like destroyed lab, and then through scan logs you find out more about him. Anyway, so this guy, and the red guy here, Trace, they're all bad, but these two, Spire and Noxus, they're good. The only reason that they fight Samus is because, well, when they first encounter her, they're all racing for the ultimate power, and there is no coordination. So to these three against each other, that's all they see is that, oh, they're rivals going after the bounty. We didn't communicate that we're all good guys here. So I think what a lot of the fans, including myself, think that now, after Prime Hunters, now that they kind of understand, I think like these three are going to team up. It's going to be awesome. You know, Metroid Prime Fire and Ice, you got Noxus, Spire, Samus. It's a cool trio. So yeah, it's interesting, like, when you talk about Bounty Hunter, how they all have different, like, kind of alignments and agendas. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, Star Wars has, like, a Bounty Hunter guild, but for Metroid, some of those Bounty Hunters could not make a public appearance for their work, or else the Federation wants them behind bars, so... Alright, well this queue's taking a while, so I'm actually gonna load up some Prime Hunters and show you. Oh, dude, clip that. Did you see that? Oh, I'll keep that in. There's a stream bonus for all you. Here, I'll just show it. Here's your little stream bonus on accident. You know, you can't really... Yeah, the Johto wave is in the works. Alright, I'm gonna play some Prime Hunters. I'll show you some of the characters. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna lower this. Exit out of that. Let's do this. Pretty quick setup. Let me just make sure the volume's good. Okay. Yeah. It was. Yeah. I can just tell you now. I have the 3 Gen 2 starters done. For Highlander. Now these take a long time, but you know I just kind of chip away while I get some other stuff done each day. But that's a funny leak. I did not I did not intend for that one. All right, let me test the volumes here. Now see, Cameron's gonna like this too. He's a big what was it, Quake 007, those like old school, lower polygon N64 aesthetic shooters. Metroid Prime Hunters is in that echelon. And I mean that for all the best reasons. Alright. We have now segued to Metroid Prime Hunters the stream. Let me turn on my keybind. Let me test the volume, make sure. So, alright. Okay. Bloop, blop. Alright. We'll go through each one. Yeah. You've conditioned Spire Fan to play Metroid? Whoa! Yeah, alright. We'll do like a quick demo of each. Alright. We'll start with Samus. Yeah, you gotta show them. Let's do some 1v1s. Alright. So you know Samus, she's pretty cool. Just like in Super Smash Brothers. So every hunter has an ability with their signature weapon. You're able to use other hunters' weapons. But if a hunter uses their affinity weapon, they get it like a special ability. And Samus's is homing missiles. So when she charges her missiles, they're like heat-seeking. Alright, so now I'm using Spire's weapon. What's cool is the Morph Ball in this game is when you slash on the touchscreen, that's how you do the boost ball. So you can actually do like boost ball combos if you just like slash really fast. This is actually a big part of 1v1 is you kind of are gathering resources, and then you'll have like a big duel. Now, if this was 4-player, we're trying to get as many kills as possible. What's cool about Samus is every hunter does start with missiles, so Samus already has her affinity weapon ready right when you respawn. So we're doing first to 5 kills. If you look at the top left, that's my kill count. Now pay attention to like their HUDs. So you look at the top and bottom screen, these are all gonna look different for each hunter. You wanna get me like really talking about how awesome this game is. It like even to the small details of like how unique each hunter's like play experience is, including like the aesthetic of like their heads-up displays. Which, you know, once these characters come back and they're playable again, it'll be interesting to see what they do. So their own visors are going to be, like, distinct. And I'll set it to 1 after this. I'm kind of just showing the game in general before we look at the other 6 Prime Hunters. And then we'll just go to 1 kill for each to do a quick, like, lightning round. Yeah. So Samus, oh my gosh, I've had other people tell me that. They'd be like, Spire Fan, why aren't you maining Samus in Smash? It's like, hey, I main Yoshi and I second DK. You know the law of the land. But yeah, if there's more characters added to a competitive game mode, like All-Star mode, or like a mini Iron Man, then yeah, it's like Mario and Samus are next. Alright, so we'll go one each. And we'll mix up the maps. Alright. So here's Candon. Do a non-mirror match random battle. So again, you're going to see some cool stuff. Again, all these characters were made as distinct parallels to Samus. So see, they all have their own version of like the morph ball, and look at Candon's like heads-up display, his visor at the bottom. It matches his kind of aesthetic. And Candon is he's basically like Frankenstein's monster, and he's like he's built to be this like invincible super soldier. But of course, the experiment went awry, and that's why like Candon like killed all the scientists, and now he's a bounty hunter. He's basically like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna just go beat down other people and make some cash, you know? So like the Morph Ball bombs, Candon has his own. He's like a Sting Larva bomb, and it homes in on the opponent, so it's really cool. If your opponent is tailing you, you can just keep doing this, and they'll keep taking a bunch of damage. So, like I said, I'm just gathering resources. I have my signature weapon, or my affinity weapon. They're Silex. So the Volt Driver's like really fast. It's the closest thing to hit scan in this game, aside from the sniper rifle. I gotta watch out for Silex's weapon. It hones in on the opponent like this, and it drains my life when it's used by Silex. So now Silex is probably gonna try to tail me, like I said. So if I just stay right here, okay, he's probably gonna try to corner me. Alright. So there's Candon. He's pretty fun. When Candon uses his weapon fully charged, it actually scrambles the opponent's visor. So you know when you play Metroid Prime 1, and you get close to those static enemies, and your visor gets all scrambly? That's what Candon does, but now it's in a multiplayer setting. So imagine like you're playing an FPS and your vision gets scrambled. Like that really messes up your aim and game sense and stuff. Alright. We gotta play Aspire. You know, I'm gonna pick, you know, a signature map. You might notice a familiar name for it. My favorite map. You know, I think you'll find out why, but I won't be on the nose about it. So Spire's the only character in this game that has a passive ability, and I don't know if I should spoil it for you, but if this doesn't look normal to you for other bounty hunters, I mean, why don't you go try it? You know, go to Hawaii and jump in a volcano. No, don't do that. PSA, don't do that. TRK, if you're still listening, please don't do that. I know you like to follow what I say, but don't do that. So Spire's the only character that's lava-proof. There's only 2 maps with lava, but maps like this, Alanos Gateway, he basically gets, like, free roaming. If anyone else was in the lava, they'd take a bunch of, like, burn damage. So there's Samus in the far distance. I'm just kind of throwing out some chip damage. Okay, but that's the thing. Samus has homing missiles. I gotta be careful. So I'm gonna go collect some resources. Alright. So Spire's weapon is the Magmaul. It's like a flare gun grenade launcher. Alright, yeah, that sound is the homing missiles. I gotta be careful. Now this is health, so that's pretty good. So when Spire does a charged Magmaul shot, he actually burns them. So they take a lot of, you know, burn damage. Okay, so I'm out. I'm using missiles. Alright. Oh yeah, so yeah, those like vision scramble things, pretty cool. There was a recent developer interview about that. Like there was a guy dedicated to just making all the visors, including like the vision scramble, and he actually helped work on this game too. So that's really cool. Alright, let me go trace, pick another map. Alright, so Trace's backstory is he's a part of the Cricket Empire, which is known to be like one of the most evil factions in the Metroid universe. And he's actually an upcomer. He's like a young upcomer. And so in Prime Hunters, he's the Empire sends him out to like prove his worth. And so if he comes back empty-handed, he might get punished for it. Trace's main weapon is the Imperialist here, and it's a sniper rifle. If you zoom in on their head, it's an instant kill. Now Trace's ability, when he has it, if I stand still, I cloak, and I won't uncloak until I like shoot. So it's very good. In fact, in a duel setting like this, I could just wait for Noxus to try to approach, which there he is. But he sees me, so I gotta be careful. Alright, so I'm gonna stand still here. There he is. And then I'm gonna approach with Trace's alt form, the Triskelion. Very fast, does a ton of damage. The Spire Trace matchup can turn into Trace running away like this, and I can get hard for me to finish my kill. Because the Magmaul is like a mid-range weapon, so I usually have to like weapon swap. Oh, okay, quick thing is Noxus will freeze me if I'm in his range. See, he's a I guess. Noxus can actually freeze from far away because the way this game was coded, they didn't put a limit on the Y hitbox of his ice wave. And so you can freeze from like far distance if you time or if you like aim up your Y-axis shot. Okay. Uh-oh, we're about to close combat. Alright. So yeah, that's another thing, is in this game, Samus actually collects all of their weapons throughout the campaign. And so the Metroid community, we like to joke that like, why does Samus not start a new game with these weapons? Like, she has a sniper rifle. Could you imagine how many bosses she could just go boom, done, you know? Alright, next is Noxus. So Noxus's backstory is, he's basically like the Metroid equivalent of a Jedi, and he's part of like a very strict religious group called the Vo. And he is on this mission in Prime Hunters so that bad guys don't get the ultimate power. So that's another reason why we think that he would team up with Samus, because he also fights for justice. It's just that, of course, his like religious group is very strict on what justice is. Also, Noxus can freeze like that. So that's why, like last game, I realized I was about to approach Noxus, who was charging his shot. I would have died, like most likely, like just like that. If you're in Noxus's range for a charged Judicator shot, you're frozen, and then he usually can just finish you by shooting at your head a few times. Alright, 2 lefts. So here is Sylex. Kind of was telling you earlier in the stream, Sylex has that really cool Tron, cyberpunk, Blade Runner aesthetic, and you're gonna see it with his visor. And just look at like the way the artist made his distinct like heads-up display and stuff. It's really cool, very like futuristic. Also, I love the way he switches weapons. Yeah, like that. So he just, yeah. So again, Sylex wears a suit that is the Federation's attempt at mimicking Samus's. It's considered a top secret prototype. So this is kind of similar to the Morph Ball, but he has tripwires for his bombs. So you can actually trap the opponent. Like, I'm going to trap this resource. So now my opponent is cut off unless they want to take damage to get that health. I'm actually going to try to get a better approach here against Noxus. So I'm going to collect a bit more of my resources. And Sylex is really fast. So he's very good at just, like, gathering a bunch of resources. Okay, I have Sylex's weapon, but I have to kind of kite Noxus. because he'll freeze me and then I'll most likely die. So Silex has the shock coil. He actually absorbs life with it, but it's like a short mid-range weapon. See, I'm already out of range. So against that, you usually want to go into your alt form because your hurt box changes, and it's really hard to latch the shock coil onto that. So yeah, very fun character. I mean, they're all fun. So, all right, one more. And then yeah, I'll call it a night after this one. Actually, I'll do that, and then I'll show like a typical 4-player match. Alright, so this is Weevil, the cybernetic space pirate general. We're fighting Samus. So, like I said, Weevil's alt form is the half turret, so he splits and he, runs around as the top half, and then his bottom half becomes like an automatic turret. So I'm going to collect this health here. I'm actually going to place my turret down here. And so now it's guarding that resource. But if you see the turret energy, my health splits. So I have to be very careful when I do this. Now I can hear Samus. Yeah, her. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I just, you talk about Metroid, I was like, yeah, let's play one of my favorite games. Doing a quick demo of all the characters. See, another cool detail, if you look at the bottom right, when I transform, it changes too. So it's showing that I'm in half turret mode. I just love small details like that. So. Oh gosh, I might get melted. Yeah, so, like I said, my health splits, and Samus's boost ball is a hitbox. So every time you slash the touchscreen, it resets that hitbox. So Samus can just melt you with constant hitboxes going your way. Okay, we'll do one more. I'll just show you a typical free-for-all, first to 7 kills kind of match. We'll do the same map. So this is going to get chaotic, but in a very fun way, because it's just first to 7 kills. So when you play 1v1, obviously you want to collect health resources and be very tanky, so that when you guys meet up, you already have a health advantage. But in this mode, it is good to get health, but the longer you stay away from the fight, the less kill opportunities you have, so. Yeah, I'm fighting the level 3 bots. They actually have really good aim with stuff like the power beam and all that. So you have to be very careful. Like, if you miss first them in a duel, you can, just flat out lose the duel, the trade. You gotta be very careful. Oh, another thing about Spire is he can climb walls. I might get, missiled there, but Spire has a lot of different routes that other characters can't use on maps because he can climb walls. He can't climb over edges, though. So you have to be careful about that. You can just drop down if you try to climb an edge. So yeah, this game came out in 2006, and it was Wi-Fi compatible. It was a lot of fun, getting home from school each day and just playing against your friends or random opponents online. And this was my first competitive video game. So yeah, Samus already racked up 7 kills. Pretty good. She was on a tirade there. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy fun. I enjoyed a lot. Hopefully they do. I'm sure they'll do a remake or sequel to this game. It definitely set the template and bar for all future Metroid multiplayer games if they want to be good. So a lot of fun. That was a nice little extra there, along with the Gen 2 leaks. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna head out. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you around.